Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling that everything you've been struggling with suddenly starts to fall into place. It may sound too good to be true, but what if I told you that your luck has always been within your control? Forget everything you've been told about lucky breaks or unlucky circumstances. There's a secret to transforming your luck, and it doesn't lie in external forces. It's all about the way you view yourself and the world around you. The key? A shift in your mindset, rooted in timeless spiritual wisdom. By adopting the right perspective, you'll attract abundance, wealth, and success, effortlessly aligning with the flow of life. Curious to find out how? Let's dive into the transformative power of spiritual wisdom and unlock your path to success. In life, many people spend countless hours thinking about who's lucky and who's not. The truth is, luck isn't some cosmic force that randomly favors one person over another. It's all about perspective. For example, when things go your way, you call it good luck, and when they don't, it's bad luck. But those labels are just that, labels. Luck doesn't have any inherent quality. What seems like a stroke of luck is often just a matter of how we choose to view the situation. Take a moment to think about it. How often do we consider the events that didn't go as planned to be unfortunate? Perhaps we didn't get the promotion we hoped for, or we lost a business deal. But these moments can be valuable, stepping stones towards something greater. The journey of life isn't meant to be a straight line there. Our ups, downs, twists, and turns that shape who we become. And isn't that what true wealth, in every sense, is about? It's not about avoiding hardship, but embracing the lessons that come with it. In Buddhism, there's a beautiful idea that helps reframe the notion of luck in life. It's the belief that every experience, whether pleasant or unpleasant, has a purpose. When we learn to embrace what happens rather than resist it, we open ourselves up to greater abundance and prosperity. After all, what would a life of constant success teach us? It's the challenges, the obstacles, that really help us grow and appreciate the blessings we have. So, the next time something doesn't go your way, try to see it through a different lens. If you look closely, you'll notice that those who perceive themselves as unlucky often feel stuck in a pattern of failure. But it's not because luck is against them, it's because they've become attached to the idea that life should be perfect. They expect things to always go smoothly, which sets them up for disappointment when life doesn't match their vision. It's easy to fall into this trap, especially when you're trying to manifest abundance or wealth in your life. But success, true success, comes from resilience, not just good luck. Consider someone who's been through financial struggles. When they start seeing small improvements, they might dismiss them as insignificant. But those tiny shifts are often the precursors to greater prosperity. If you're constantly looking for massive, instant results, you might overlook the subtle blessings in your life. It's like climbing a mountain. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the summit. Luck isn't about giant leaps. It's about the steady progress that eventually gets you where you want to go. Let's face it, life isn't about waiting for something magical to happen. It's about taking action, adjusting our perspective, and realizing that what we label as bad luck could just be a momentary setback. There's power in knowing that we're the ones who shape our luck, not the other way around. This isn't some spiritual fluff. This is a mindset shift that could transform everything from your relationships to your financial wealth. The key is to stop seeing luck as a random event and start seeing it as a result of how you respond to life's challenges. And this brings us to the real magic of life. The more you shift your mindset to focus on the opportunities that surround you rather than the obstacles, the more you'll begin to see that abundance and prosperity aren't just abstract concepts. They are real, tangible experiences waiting to unfold. It's about perceiving things in a way that attracts the very things you want. Once you start making this shift, you'll begin to notice something incredible. The life you've always wanted is already within reach. Have you ever noticed how quickly we label things as good luck or bad luck? It's almost second nature. A promotion? Good luck. A flat tire on the way to an important meeting? Bad luck. But here's the twist. These aren't universal truths. They're just labels we slap on our experiences. The truth is, nothing inherently holds the power to be good or bad. We assign these meanings based on our desires, expectations, and, often, our state of mind. Let's take a moment to look at a situation we might all be familiar with. Someone misses a flight, and the immediate thought is, what bad luck? But what if the plane had crashed? The same event, missing a flight, could have led to a much different outcome. That bad luck could have been a hidden blessing in disguise. It's easy to label something as unlucky, but in reality, we just don't know the bigger picture. Life's flow often guides us in ways we can't yet understand. In the practice of Buddhism, this understanding is deeply rooted in the idea that life is full of impermanence. The idea that things are either good or bad is simply an illusion. It's a mental construct we build based on what we want to happen versus what actually does happen. In reality, the universe is neither good nor bad. It just is. Once we let go of the labels, we open ourselves to a deeper sense of peace and acceptance, knowing that whatever happens is part of the greater flow of life. Think about someone who wins the lottery. At first, they might feel incredibly lucky, but over time, the sudden influx of wealth can bring unexpected challenges, new problems, new pressures, and even strained relationships. What seemed like good luck at first becomes a source of stress. The truth is, there is no such thing as absolute good luck or bad luck. Life is full of lessons, and the way we respond to what happens defines our experience. The same event can be a blessing or a curse, depending on our perspective. It's easy to think that good luck is about having everything go your way, but true prosperity comes from seeing the opportunities within any situation. Whether you're facing a setback or enjoying a moment of success, the key is to recognize that every event carries the potential for growth. If you focus only on what's missing or what went wrong, you'll miss the hidden abundance all around you. The universe doesn't work in absolute terms, it works in the subtle, sometimes elusive ways that help us grow. So, if you catch yourself labeling something as bad luck, try to take a step back. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? By shifting your perspective, you might find that what seemed like misfortune is actually a stepping stone towards something greater. It's all about how you view the situation. A missed opportunity can lead to new connections. A financial setback can lead to better financial habits, and even personal challenges can lead to spiritual growth. Luck isn't defined by outcomes. It's shaped by your response to those outcomes. This is where the power of choice comes in. You can choose how to interpret your circumstances. The more you let go of the labels of good and bad, the more you align yourself with the flow of life and the abundance it offers. After all, luck, in its truest sense, is not about things going perfectly. It's about having the grace and wisdom to see the blessings in everything, no matter how it appears at first. There's something profoundly humbling about the simple act of being alive. In our day-to-day lives, it's easy to take our existence for granted, especially when faced with hardships. Yet, the greatest fortune we can experience isn't in avoiding difficulties, but in surviving them. Life, with all its ups and downs, is a gift, and every challenge we overcome is a testament to our resilience and strength. That's the true measure of fortune, in how smooth the journey is, but in how we rise through adversity. Consider for a moment the challenges you've already faced. Perhaps you've weathered a personal loss, faced financial setbacks, or experienced moments of deep emotional pain. Yet, here you are. You survived. You've made it through every trial that life has thrown your way, and that's no small feat. In the grand scheme of things, the very fact that you are alive, that you continue to grow and learn, is the most significant fortune of all. Abundance doesn't always come in material forms. It can simply be found in the breath you take, the strength to move forward, and the wisdom gained along the way. In Buddhist teachings, life's hardships are viewed not as punishments, but as opportunities for growth and enlightenment. Suffering is a natural part of the human experience, but how we choose to respond to it defines our spiritual path. By embracing the challenges we face, rather than running from them, we open ourselves to deeper wisdom and greater abundance. The fortune isn't in avoiding difficulty. It's in cultivating the strength to persevere through it and emerge more enlightened. Think about someone who's gone through a major setback, such as the loss of a job or the breakdown of a relationship. At first, it may seem like the end of the world, but if they allow themselves to reflect on the experience, they might realize that it sparked personal growth, better opportunities, and a deeper understanding of themselves. In these moments of adversity, true prosperity is born not necessarily in the form of money or material wealth, but in the lessons learned and the inner growth that follows. That's where the real fortune lies, even on the hardest days. When everything feels like it's falling apart, remember that you're still here. You're still breathing, still moving, still learning. That's a fortune many people around the world may never get to experience. And just by surviving, you've unlocked a wealth of experiences and wisdom that can propel you forward. The more you embrace this idea, the more you'll see that even the most difficult moments are part of the fabric of your success. Life isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about embracing each moment and using it to build your resilience. It's easy to forget that sometimes our greatest wealth is the very fact that we are still here, still striving, and still alive to see another day. Life's greatest fortune isn't in what you have or don't have, it's in the ability to weather the storm, rise above challenges, and continue moving forward with grace. Every hardship you survive adds to the richness of your experience and to the depth of your character. And as you continue to grow, you'll realize that this is the ultimate prosperity, knowing that you can overcome whatever comes your way. So let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible fortune of being alive. In a world where it's easy to focus on what's wrong or what's missing, remember that simply surviving life's challenges is a gift in itself. The more you cultivate this mindset, the more you'll see the abundance of life all around you, even in the hardest times. Life's greatest fortune is not measured in material wealth, but in the strength, resilience, and wisdom that come with simply being alive. Life has a funny way of showing us just how much perspective matters. If we only focus on what we don't have, we might feel like the universe is against us. But in reality, the larger blessings we've received often go unnoticed when our attention is solely fixed on unmet desires. It's like sitting in a room full of gifts, but only feeling upset because you haven't received one particular item. The trick is to shift focus, not to ignore desires, but to acknowledge the wealth of blessings already surrounding you. Think about someone who's working tirelessly to build a business. They might feel discouraged because they haven't reached their financial goals yet, but if they take a step back, they might realize they've built a loyal customer base, gained invaluable experience, and formed meaningful connections. The journey itself is full of abundance. It's just a matter of how we choose to see it. If we spend all our energy fixated on the next milestone, we miss the wealth that's unfolding right now. Prosperity isn't just about achieving more, it's about seeing what we've already accomplished and being grateful for it. In Buddhist philosophy, there's a saying that desire is the root of suffering. When we constantly yearn for more, we create an endless cycle of dissatisfaction. The more we want, the more we feel we lack. But when we shift our focus to what we have, we tap into a deeper sense of fulfillment and peace. Life's blessings aren't always about tangible things. They can be moments of clarity, joy in the present, or even the strength to face challenges. The abundance we seek may already be here. We just need to change our perspective to see it. This doesn't mean you shouldn't strive for your goals. Of course, you should, but it's important to remember that the pursuit of wealth or success is a journey. As you work toward your goals, take time to reflect on the progress you've made so far. Recognize the small wins, the steps forward that, over time, lead to great strides. When you focus on what's already in your life, you shift the energy from scarcity to abundance, which in turn attracts even more prosperity and good fortune. Let's consider the example of someone who has been working hard to get their dream job. They might feel stuck because they haven't landed the position yet, but instead of focusing solely on the lack, what if they took a moment to appreciate the skills they've developed, the interviews they've had, and the networks they've built along the way? Those are all signs of growth. By shifting the focus to the present and what has been achieved, they begin to attract more positive outcomes. In the end, perspective shapes experience, and a mindset rooted in gratitude for the present can lead to greater opportunities ahead. So, next time you catch yourself focusing on what's missing in your life, take a deep breath and remind yourself of the blessings already present. Life's wealth is in the everyday moments, not just in the big shiny achievements. By seeing the abundance in your life today, you'll find that the desires of tomorrow come to you more effortlessly. Prosperity is not just about what we lack, it's about realizing that everything we need is already within our reach. Once we change the lens through which we view the world, a small shift in perspective can make all the difference. When you start appreciating what you have right now, you'll soon realize that your life is already rich with experience, lessons, and opportunities. It's about seeing life not as a list of unmet desires, but as a collection of blessings, big and small, that are waiting to be acknowledged. When we face life's challenges, it can often feel like we're stuck in the middle of a mountain climb. The path is steep, the obstacles are tough, and it feels like the summit is far out of reach. But just like a mountain climb, those difficulties are what make the journey meaningful. It's not about reaching the top without struggle. It's about how the climb transforms us along the way. Every step, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity for growth and insight. Imagine a person who's striving for financial success. The road might seem long, and the obstacles, be they a job loss, failed investments, or a slow start, can feel discouraging. But if they focus only on the destination, they miss the lessons learned along the way. These setbacks aren't signs of failure. They are the very experiences that build resilience and determination. The struggle itself shapes the person who eventually reaches their goal. Life, like a mountain, isn't just about the top. It's about the lessons gained from the climb. In Buddhism, the idea of embracing suffering is central to the practice of enlightenment. Suffering isn't something to be avoided, it's an inevitable part of life. The way we face challenges determines our spiritual and emotional growth. Every difficulty is an opportunity to cultivate patience, perseverance, and insight. Just as a mountain climber gains strength with every step, we gain strength by facing life's difficulties with grace and an open heart. These moments are what add richness and depth to our journey. Consider someone who's going through a challenging period in their life, maybe struggling with a career transition. At first, it might feel like they're stuck in a constant battle. However, with each obstacle they overcome, they gain new skills, new perspectives, and a greater understanding of their true desires. It's the challenges that prepare them for the success that's ahead. Without those hardships, they wouldn't be the person capable of achieving their dreams. The climb, with all its struggles, is essential to reaching the summit. Life's obstacles can also be viewed as markers of progress. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you gain a bit more wisdom and resilience. It's easy to get caught up in wanting everything to be smooth. But if it were, we'd never know our true strength. Obstacles force us to adapt, innovate, and push ourselves beyond our comfort zones. Just as a climber adapts to the changing terrain, we adapt to life's challenges. And in doing so, we grow stronger, more capable, and more ready for what's to come. As you navigate life's challenges, it's important to remember that every obstacle is a chance to refine yourself. These moments may seem like setbacks, but they are actually stepping stones to a more fulfilled life. The journey itself is what makes success meaningful. It's not about avoiding hardships, but about embracing them, learning from them, and using them to fuel your ascent. Life's difficulties are an integral part of the process, and by facing them with courage, you will discover the true wealth of the journey. So, The next time life throws an obstacle your way, remind yourself that it's all part of the climb. The difficulty you face today could be the very thing that prepares you for success tomorrow. The summit may seem far off, but with each step you take, you get closer. Embrace the journey, trust the process, and know that every challenge you face is making you stronger and more resilient. We all know the feeling of wanting more success, more wealth, more happiness. It's natural to want to improve and achieve, but sometimes setting the bar too high can lead to unnecessary frustration. It's like trying to run a marathon without properly training for it. Sure, the goal is great, but when we don't pace ourselves, we end up feeling defeated long before we cross the finish line. High expectations can blind us to the progress we've already made, leaving us feeling perpetually unlucky, even when we're moving forward. Let's say someone sets a goal to achieve financial freedom in just a year. While having big dreams is fantastic, expecting to reach such a lofty goal in a short period of time, without accounting for the effort, setbacks, and learning that comes with it, is unrealistic. This often leads to disappointment and frustration. The truth is, success, prosperity, and wealth rarely happen overnight. It's a journey of consistent progress, small wins, and lessons learned along the way. If you're only focusing on the big picture and not acknowledging the small victories, you'll miss out on the abundance that's already manifesting in your life. In Buddhism, there's an understanding that suffering often arises from desire and attachment. When we hold on too tightly to an unrealistic outcome, we set ourselves up for disappointment. It's not that the goal is Buddhist, just that the path to it is rarely as straightforward as we imagine. Setting achievable milestones, celebrating small wins, and being patient with the process are key elements of a peaceful and prosperous journey. By letting go of rigid expectations, we allow ourselves the space to grow without the burden of unrealistic pressures. Think of a person who's working towards a new career. If they expect immediate success, they might feel disheartened by the slow progress. However, when they take a moment to appreciate the networking they've done, the skills they've learned, and the confidence they've built, they'll see that they're already making significant strides. Success isn't a straight line. It's a series of steps, and if we're too focused on the distant goal, we risk missing the growth and opportunities that are already in motion. When you set high expectations, it's easy to overlook the progress that's already happening. You might feel frustrated because you're not where you should be, but the truth is, you're exactly where you need to be in this moment. Real growth happens when we embrace the journey, celebrate the small steps, and learn from every experience. The key is to manage your expectations and allow room for the natural ebb and flow of life. By doing so, you'll find that you're moving forward at a pace that's just right for you. It's important to remember that the universe doesn't follow a rigid timeline. Wealth, prosperity, and abundance don't operate on our schedule, they flow in their own time, and our role is to align ourselves with that flow. If we stop stressing about the big picture and focus on the steps we're taking today, we'll begin to see the abundance that's unfolding in real time. High expectations can cloud our view of the progress that's already been made. But when we let go of those rigid standards, we make room for greater happiness, peace, and success. So, next time you find yourself feeling frustrated by unmet goals, ask yourself if your expectations are realistic. Are you allowing yourself to celebrate the small wins? Are you appreciating the journey? By shifting your focus from the distant end goal to the progress made along the way, you'll see that success is not a destination, but a continuous, evolving process. You are making progress, maybe even more than you realize. It's easy to get caught up in the little hiccups that happen throughout the day. The traffic jam that makes you late, the spilled coffee, or the minor technical issue that derails your productivity. In the moment, these things can feel like signs of bad luck. But in reality, they're just small inconveniences, part of the natural flow of life. Overanalyzing them or assigning them too much weight can make them seem more significant than they really are. Instead of letting these setbacks control your mood or energy, Try to recognize them for what they are: temporary blips on the radar of your day. Consider the person who's running late for a meeting because of an unexpected detour. At first, they might feel frustrated, like the universe is conspiring against them. But when they take a step back, they realize it's just part of life's unpredictable nature. Sometimes, things happen that are out of our control. In the grand scheme of things, these setbacks are just small, passing moments that don't have to define our day or our destiny. Recognizing that life has its ups and downs can help us maintain a calm, centered perspective. Buddhism teaches us about the impermanence of all things. Nothing, not even the most frustrating inconvenience, lasts forever. The key is to accept these moments without letting them disrupt your sense of inner peace. Life is a constant flow, and trying to control every tiny detail is an exercise in futility. Embrace the flow, and you'll find that small setbacks don't have the power to derail your progress. When you stop overanalyzing life's little bumps in the road, you allow yourself the freedom to move forward with ease. Think about someone who's upset because their morning routine was thrown off by an unexpected delay. They might start spiraling, feeling like nothing is going right. But if they simply took a deep breath and acknowledged the setback for what it is, just a small inconvenience, they could move on quickly. Instead of focusing on the disruption, they could shift their energy toward gratitude for the things that are going well. By choosing not to dwell on minor inconveniences, you'll find that your day flows with greater ease and fewer frustrations. It's easy to assign meaning to every little hiccup, but doing so only amplifies the negative energy. When we dwell on the small stuff, we give it more power than it deserves. Instead, adopt a mindset that views setbacks as part of the natural ebb and flow of life. Life will throw curveballs, it's inevitable, but how you choose to respond makes all the difference. When you let go of the need to control everything, you'll find that setbacks become less significant and more like fleeting moments that come and go without leaving a lasting impact. The more you practice letting go of the small stuff, the more you'll realize that life's flow is far more important than any temporary inconvenience. When you stop overanalyzing every little setback, you create space for greater peace, joy, and prosperity. Life's abundance is in the larger picture: connections you make, the lessons you learn, and the progress you continue to achieve. The little inconveniences are just part of the bigger journey, and once you embrace that, they lose their power to disrupt your happiness. Next time you encounter a small setback, take a moment to pause, breathe, and let it go. Life is too short to sweat the small stuff. The universe is abundant, and every moment, good or bad, is part of the flow. When you stop overanalyzing these moments, you allow yourself to move forward with ease, embracing the true prosperity of life's unfolding journey. The way we perceive ourselves plays a huge role in shaping our reality. If we see ourselves as unlucky, we unknowingly reinforce that belief with every thought and action. It's like wearing a pair of glasses that only let us see the negative side of life. But the moment we shift our mindset to see ourselves as capable, worthy, and deserving of abundance, we begin to attract better outcomes. Our beliefs are powerful. They can either limit us or propel us forward, depending on how we choose to see ourselves. For example, think about someone who always feels like life is against them. They might face setbacks just like everyone else, but because they view themselves as unlucky, they interpret these challenges as signs that they're destined to fail. Over time, this mindset becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. On the other hand, someone with a more positive self-image would face the same challenges but see them as opportunities to grow. They don't define themselves by their struggles. They see themselves as resilient and capable of overcoming anything life throws their way. It's all about perspective, and how we view ourselves determines how we navigate the world. Buddhist teachings often emphasize the importance of self-awareness and self-compassion. When we understand and accept ourselves fully, flaws and all, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace that transcends external circumstances. Viewing yourself through the lens of compassion allows you to be kinder to yourself during difficult times. When you make peace with your own imperfections, you become more open to the abundance and prosperity that life has to offer. It's not about being perfect, it's about being at peace with who you are. Imagine someone starting a new business. If they constantly tell themselves that they're not cut out for it, or that they've never been lucky with ventures in the past, they'll likely struggle. But if they start seeing themselves as capable, adaptable, and deserving of success, they will attract the right opportunities. It's not about blind optimism. It's about shifting the internal narrative to one of empowerment. The more you see yourself as a magnet for prosperity, the more your external reality will begin to reflect that. Changing your self-perception isn't about pretending that everything is perfect, it's about acknowledging your strengths, resilience, and potential. When you view yourself as deserving of happiness, wealth, and abundance, you begin to take actions that align with that belief. It's a subtle but powerful shift. You begin to make choices that reflect your worth and embrace opportunities that you may have once thought were out of reach. Your mindset becomes the key that unlocks doors of prosperity in every area of your life. The journey of shifting your self-perception may take time, but the rewards are worth it. Start by taking small steps to challenge the negative beliefs you have about yourself. Replace "I'm unlucky" with "I am deserving of prosperity." Focus on your strengths, no matter how small they may seem. With each positive affirmation, you'll begin to reprogram your subconscious mind, opening the door to greater success, wealth, and fulfillment. Next time you catch yourself thinking that you're unlucky or incapable, pause for a moment. Remind yourself that your self-perception shapes your reality. You have the power to change the story you tell about yourself. And with that change, the world around you will shift as well. When you begin to see yourself as worthy of abundance, the universe will reflect that back to you. Shifting your mindset from focusing on what you lack to appreciating what you have can be a game changer. It's like turning on a light in a dark room suddenly. Everything becomes clearer. When we shift our attention to gratitude, we begin to notice all the blessings that were always there, but we were too focused on the negative to see them. This simple change in perspective has the power to transform not just how we feel, but the entire trajectory of our lives. The more we appreciate what we have, the more we invite abundance, prosperity, and wealth into our experience. Take, for example, someone going through a rough patch. If they only focus on their problems, it can be easy to spiral into negativity. But by practicing gratitude, even for the smallest things, a supportive friend, a peaceful moment, or the ability to learn from the experience, they begin to shift their energy. Gratitude isn't about ignoring the challenges. It's about recognizing that even in the midst of struggle, there are things to be thankful for. This shift in focus can gradually open up new opportunities and invite more positive experiences into one's life. In Buddhism, gratitude is deeply intertwined with mindfulness and presence. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to the present moment, and in doing so, we notice more of what we can be grateful for. It's not just about being thankful for the good times, it's about cultivating an attitude of appreciation in all moments. By recognizing the value in both the joyful and difficult parts of life, we allow ourselves to grow spiritually and emotionally, creating space for greater abundance in our lives. Imagine someone who has been struggling with financial challenges. Instead of dwelling on what they don't have, they shift their mindset to gratitude. They begin by appreciating their health, their relationships, and the knowledge they've gained. This mindset shift doesn't just make them feel better, it opens up new possibilities. With a more positive outlook, they might see opportunities they were previously blind to, whether that's a new career path, a financial breakthrough, or even a change in their daily habits that leads to long-term success. Gratitude isn't a one-time thing, it's a daily practice. The more you practice gratitude, the more you train your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life. It's easy to get bogged down by the stresses and challenges of life, but when you make a conscious effort to look for the good, you begin to retrain your brain to seek out abundance instead of scarcity. This shift in mindset is like planting seeds of positivity that will grow into a garden of opportunities. As you cultivate a mindset of gratitude, you'll begin to notice that your experiences shift in alignment with your new perspective. Instead of feeling like life is happening to you, you'll start to see it as something you're actively participating in, with the power to create and shape your reality. The more you focus on the positive, the more positive experiences you'll attract. The key is consistency. Make gratitude a part of your daily routine and watch as your perspective and your life transforms. When you make gratitude a habit, you'll soon realize that your life is full of abundance, wealth, and opportunities, even when things aren't perfect. The universe responds to your energy, and when you focus on the positive, the flow of prosperity will follow. Shift your mindset today, and you'll begin to see your world in a completely new light. The power of a mindset shift cannot be overstated. It has the potential to completely transform not just how you experience life, but how life responds to you. When you embrace change, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow into something unexpected and beautiful. The moment you choose to see challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and life's flow as a journey, everything begins to shift. The universe, or whatever higher force you believe in, responds to this change in mindset with abundance, prosperity, and opportunities you may have never imagined. Think of someone who's always felt stuck in a rut, unable to break free from the same old patterns. One day, they decide to shift their mindset. They stop seeing obstacles as walls and start seeing them as stepping stones. This simple change in perception allows them to take action with greater confidence, and as they embrace this new way of thinking, they notice that things start to change anew. Opportunities present themselves, relationships improve, and their sense of peace grows. This is the power of embracing change. When you change within, the outer world begins to reflect that transformation. Buddhism teaches that all things are impermanent, and that includes our thoughts, feelings, and circumstances. When we embrace this impermanence, we free ourselves from the fear of change. Instead of resisting it, we learn to flow with it. This mindset shift is not just about acceptance, it's about actively choosing to see every change as an opportunity for growth, prosperity, and spiritual development. The more open we are to change, the more aligned we become with the natural flow of life. For someone striving for success, embracing change means being willing to let go of old limiting beliefs. It means trusting that, even when things don't go as planned, the universe is always working for your highest good. Take someone working to build wealth, for example. When they embrace change and let go of their fear of failure, they start taking risks, learning from their mistakes, and ultimately creating new opportunities for themselves. Their shift in mindset becomes the catalyst for their prosperity. Embracing change doesn't mean you won't face challenges or difficulties. It simply means that you stop resisting them and start working with them. You learn to see the value in every experience, knowing that it's all part of your personal growth and journey towards wealth and abundance. The more flexible and adaptable you are, the more aligned you become with the flow of life. This openness to change can unlock doors to prosperity you never knew were there. When you make the conscious decision to embrace change, you'll start to notice that life becomes less about surviving and more about thriving. You no longer feel like you're at the mercy of fate or circumstances. Instead, you become the creator of your own reality. The key is to stay open, flexible, and trust that every change, no matter how small, is a step towards a greater experience. With each mindset shift, you will feel the abundance of life unfolding before you. As you embrace change and continue to evolve, remember that the only constant in life is change itself. The more you learn to flow with it, the more you'll realize that everything you've ever wanted, prosperity, wealth, happiness, is already on its way. All you need to do is shift your mindset, embrace the journey, and trust that the universe has your back. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on everything you've learned. The shift in your mindset isn't just a concept, it's a powerful tool that can truly change your life. From embracing gratitude to seeing setbacks as opportunities, the key to transforming your luck is in your hands. So, ask yourself, what if you started seeing challenges as stepping stones? What if you chose to view yourself as deserving of prosperity and abundance? By applying these practices, you'll be amazed at how quickly your reality starts to change. Don't wait for luck to find you. Start today by embracing these shifts in perspective and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined. What will you focus on this week? The obstacles or the opportunities that lie beneath them? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share your experiences. If you want to continue on this journey of growth, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of the wisdom that will help you manifest the life you deserve. The best is yet to come, and I'm so excited for you to begin this new chapter.